Hey everybody, Steven here. Welcome back to the video. I said I was going to start cranking out these videos again. I was going to say take a break from Destiny stuff, but I got a couple things coming up tomorrow and the day after on Wednesday. Got a lot of, hopefully some more videos coming out there. But I wanted to take this time to talk about what we recently learned from an Edge magazine article about how much content is going to be inside of Destiny 2. And it's quite a lot. You know, at one point they said that along development they had too much content and progression was too low, so people were hitting the cap of their progression, but still had things to do in the world, which I'm not against, because if your world is interesting enough and those activities are interesting enough, hitting the cap afterwards, not that too big a deal. But it depends on what we mean by the cap. Do we mean just the level? Do we mean just like the light level above when you hit level cap? But we don't know. And they talk a little bit about how the beta doesn't have, how the energy weapons apparently in the beta didn't work correctly against certain AI combatants. And instead of just taking down elemental shields, the shield, when it's depleted using an elemental weapon against an enemy with that type of shield, it'll explode and it'll apparently nuke a bunch of enemies that are nearby, which is super cool. It's kind of sad we didn't get to see that in the beta of the game, but again, what can you do? But that's great to hear that's coming for the final game, which is not too far off. They also announced that the Nightfall strikes are going to have time limits, so it's going to vary by strike, so there could be one that's like 13 minutes, there could be one that's like 30 minutes, if you're lucky. So, getting efficiency and settling on a strategy, apparently, beforehand, could be very important for these groups that want to run this, and maybe you won't be running Nightfalls solo anymore. I'm sure we're going to still see people who do crazy things and run Nightfalls completely solo, and they're like, yep, I did it in 15 minutes, and that's always going to happen, though. We're always going to get those people who really push themselves. But I like that. Again, they did say they wanted Destiny 2 to be more difficult, since things like this, and locking off loadouts, so that when you go into an activity, you can't swap anything around in your loadouts. You have to go in with the mindset, like, I'm doing this, you're doing that, and you're doing that, which is fine. I think that's perfect. Now, going on to the missions, the Edge article did say there are going to be over 80 missions and PvE activities, and each is going to be, substantial in length and challenge the story, and there's going to be a good amount of rewards. But I want to stress this, it just says over 80 missions and PvE activities, so 80 missions and. This is not saying that there are 80 missions and 80 PvE activities. This is just 80 missions and PvP activities, so it could be a combination of both, so we could see something like, 30 story missions and 50, open world missions, or whatever you want to call it, or 40-40, split evenly. But I really just wanted to bring that up, because you're going to see a lot of videos, and I'm sure you've already watched some videos earlier, probably during the weekend, that were like, 80 plus missions, 80 plus story missions, and I don't necessarily see that. Some people could read that and say, hey, look, 80 missions, oh, that's so cool, and PvE activities? But I see it as 80 missions and PvE activities, not either or. So I don't think we have 160 missions and PvE activities where we're doubling everything up. If we did, I'm all for it. If there is that much content in the game, I'm all for it. But I'm reading it very carefully, and I also suggest that you read it very carefully to really kind of see what we're looking into and what we're really gonna get at the end. They also talk about how super and grenades, from the beta, all that feedback. We're going to get some of the supers are going to recharge a little bit faster. Grenades are going to do a little bit more damage. Just things that people were genuinely excited for and really wanted to, like, oh, well, supers don't come back that quick in the beta. My grenades don't one-shot thing anymore, which I didn't have a problem with personally. I liked that the grenade wasn't just, whoop, he's dead. I like having to fire on certain enemies and have to be smart about, like, alright, end grenade now to get the best use of it, but that's okay. They've also talked about how grenades will be coming back faster than they did in the beta with a more aggressive play. So obviously kills and stuff will recharge it, but again, there was an example given that a warlock with an exotic chest that lets you hover in the air, like the Imperium Bellicose for the Titan. Also, that the warlocks kind of already can do that. But where the kills with the hovering will recharge your grenade faster, so there's ways that you can maybe get around that to really recharge your grenade really quickly, which is really fun, and I'm really excited to see more of the, exotics for chest pieces and armor pieces when the game comes out finally. Overall, what the Edge said they saw is, there's lots to do, lots of things. It looks very good. The story is great. It has a very cool shape-shifting final boss. I don't want to say too much on that, but it's just a shape-shifting boss because maybe we're really looking forward to that. So that'll be cool. If that's Gaul or not, I'm not sure. But everything sounds good. But I wanted to bring up, and that I just didn't want to talk about, because you get a lot of things just like, 80 missions, and they're just kind of talking about the news. And I wanted to talk about the news a little bit. But I also wanted to encourage people to really research what you're looking at. And this goes for any video game. So, like, there are over 80 missions in PvE activities, or what they've said. Now, we don't know what that means. That could be 40 missions, story, and 40 PvE activities, or 30, 50, or, you know, 70, 20. We really don't know. So, go into that with a grain of salt. Yes, the way they've worded it sounds cool, and you can still be excited for it, but keep an air of skepticism in your head. Like, be skeptical of these things, because we've already been burned once, and I know I had, on Destiny 1's story, with such, you know, amazing lines as,
I don't even have time to explain why I don't have time to explain.
So, we've been burned once, and this is not a hate on Destiny 2 video, because all my videos have been, hell, basically on Destiny 2, almost the whole channel is basically on Destiny 2 at this point, though we're going to change that, hopefully, with upcoming days, and cover some other stuff. But, this is not a Destiny 2 hate video, this is a Destiny 2 optimistic video. I want you to just research, and for any video game, I want you to be smart, research the game. If you're even at all, in your mind, skeptical about what Destiny 2 will have, or how good Destiny 2 will be, and you're like, I don't know if I want to pre-order, I kind of want to, but I don't know, I got kind of burned out in the last game, I want to kind of see what happens, don't pre-order. I'm going to be pre-ordering because I'm looking really forward to it, and I really want that collector's edition, which, you know, it's not going to be around for that long. But I'm excited generally for the game, but I do come from the mindset, if I didn't want to cover it, and I want to cover it, obviously, as much as I can, but if I didn't want to cover it, I was already going with the mindset before I even started the channel, like, I don't know if I'm going to pre-order Destiny 2, maybe I'll wait, because we did kind of get, you know, tricked on the last Destiny with the story, and the story really wasn't that good, so if you're even a slight bit like, I don't know, guy, I don't know if I want to get Destiny 2, I don't know, don't pre-order it, just watch reviews, get other people's opinions, watch the reviews from IGN, the review from here, because there will be one from GameSpot, all the Dado, I'm sure will do a review of the current stuff, Miss 1000 Watts, Patrick Casey, you're going to see a lot of reviews come out for Destiny 2, so if you're at all worried about Destiny 2, and its development and the things you've learned, don't pre-order it, wait a couple days, watch the reviews, and then form your own opinion based on that and what everyone else thinks, and then choose to buy the game or not. You know, we see these things so much of people going like, oh, well, Destiny 2 looked like it sucked. It's like, well, you don't know that, and I guess you're right in your opinion to say that you think it sucks because there's evidence that you've seen that you didn't like. But for those people looking forward to the game, but are hesitant to buy it, be hesitant, wait, sit back for a little while, let the game come out, take in the research the crap out of it, and then when you have formulated an opinion on the game, go buy it or don't go buy it. I just really wanted that to be a message that I sent out, and I didn't want this video to be too long, while also covering some news. But that's really it for the video, guys. Just giving you a warning, and, you know, buy smart, think smart. That's really it, but I'll be back hopefully real soon, tomorrow and Wednesday, with some new videos, maybe not some Destiny-related content, but of course, if more news comes out, I will be here to cover it, and I'll be letting you know what is going on in the development and the workings of Destiny 2. Till next time, I'll see you guys.